Hello, this is Olizandri, and today, instead of doing a commentary, I want to give myself an introduction, as it were, into, well, this world of commentaries and tutorials and whatnot. So I'm going to talk about my experience of FPSs in the past, and my overall gameplay theory, as it were. So I'm going to start off and I'm going to tell you the fact that I'm not a big online player. Before Modern Warfare 2, I had never played a Halo or anything like that. I played the original Modern Warfare for 2 minutes. I'd played World at War for nearly a Prestige, and before that I just played FPSs like GoldenEye, Time Splitters 2, you know, the classics. The classics, like Perfect Dark, the original one, not the Xbox horrible one. So when starting this game, I didn't have a great base in FPSs. I started off with holding above a 1 kill to death ratio, which was I was quite pleased with, but that's racked up a lot of deaths for early on. For the first 2 prestiges, I was, you know, an average so-so player. That's gonna make me sound really cocky in a minute when I say that nowadays I'm at a 2.91 ratio, and that I feel that I'm actually well above that now. I'm probably around a 3.54 player, but the early deaths are bogging me down. That makes me sound incredibly egotistic, I know. I'm very sorry, but that's just how I view the game at the moment. So, as for the fact I mentioned my kills to death ratio, there's lots of people who hate people thinking about their kill to death ratio, saying anything about it. You know, you must know whom I mean. They say you're not having fun if you care about your kill to death ratio too much. But to them I say, well, kill to death's just a measure of how much fun I'm having. I don't want to die. If I die, I'm not having fun. If I'm, well, not getting many kills, I'm not having that much fun. But most of all, if I die, I'm not having any fun at all. So my entire theory on the game is to keep my deaths down. I don't want more than 5 deaths a game. I mean, 5's like a high number in my eyes. I just want to not die and then get kills. Kills are secondary, completely secondary. They come as long as you don't die, because if you don't die, you get your kill streaks. If you hit your kill streaks consistently, you get high kill to death ratios consistently. So anyone who says they don't care about their kill to death ratio, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, some of you, of course, will do fun stuff like, you know, like run around, try and plant claymores at people's feet and kill them, and that's why your kill to death ratio is too low. But other people, they just say it as an excuse, whereas you should be using it as a challenge. You should be aiming higher. If you want, you'll have more fun. I'm not gonna criticize you for thinking that way exactly. I'm just saying that you shouldn't criticize people who do care, because that's just their way of getting fun out of the game, looking at a stupid little number. So in order to facilitate this kill to death ratio, I've gained what I call many smarts. I play a very conservative game. I usually stick to safe areas. As you can see, I can run a gun, I can advance into enemy territory, it's no problem. But I prefer to stay well away from the front lines and only flank. That's why my classes are pretty much geared to that. I've always used a silencer, well, apart from a sniper of course. I use the average weapons, the easy weapons, most people would call them. Scar H, the UMP, and well, I use about 50 cal as my sniper. And I'm not averse to such tactics as using thermals, because I believe that they are an excellent tool. They shouldn't be mocked in any way, because there are maps that are foggy that it's just clearly advantageous to use it on. You can see Coldblood uses easier on those foggy maps by using a thermal scope, because it cuts through the fog, it nullifies it completely. There's maps where I use clear scope, so I have no problem using both. It's not like I can't see people, but it just makes it a hell of a lot easier on any map with fog. Whereas I'd use a clear scope on a map like High Rise or Estate, maps without fog, it's perfect to use them. But on a map like Rundown or Wasteland, it just makes sense to use a thermal. So I'm on the don't care if someone uses a thermal side of the fence. If you get killed by a thermal, if you whine about it, you should have been using Cold-Blooded. And Cold-Blooded is actually one of my favourite perks because it suits my class style. Around 2nd Prestige I figured out that my best gameplay styles was to play a Ghost class, as people call it. So with Ninja Pro, Cold-Blooded and Scavenger, I basically trips around the map, flanking, place claymores to secure my back, which is the most important thing as far as I'm concerned. Because you can't always have a teammate near you, you can't always make sure there's a safe area to run to if there's a lot of enemies, which you've got to make your own. If you've got a claymore at your back, it's like a surrogate teammate. You've got someone there to protect you, or warn you. If it doesn't kill them, it's going to go click, and that click, for some reason, you can hear across the map. You know they're coming, you can turn and shoot. It's simple, I did it early in the game. It's like it's a scout. It's a little present. I leave it in bunkers, whatnot, not places where people would camp at all. Place them like early in the game. I placed it in the bunker. That's a guaranteed kill. Placing it there. It's just excellent. And then Coldblood, because I never like being shot down by Killstreaks. I silenced it because I never like showing up on the minimap. I want to know everything about what's going on without letting the enemy know where I am at all, ever. And that's my playstyle. I want to shoot everyone in the back. I'm a bit of a coward, you could say. But I don't camp. I like to move. I don't want to stay in the same place. I don't want to hide in a corner. It's just boring. Anyway, the game is going to end now, so I can't babble on forever. I intend to make some more commentaries and some more tutorials if you're interested. Please subscribe, or please like the videos, and I'll see you around. Thank you for listening.